We all face moments when negative thoughts creep in, planting seeds of doubt and insecurity in our minds. This nagging voice that questions our abilities, worth, and decisions can be incredibly disruptive, impacting all aspects of our lives. If left unchecked, these mental patterns can spiral into anxiety, lack of motivation, and even depression. I know this struggle all too well. There were times when I felt consumed by negative self-talk and crippling self-doubt. It was a constant battle to silence the inner critic and regain my confidence. But then, I discovered the profound teachings of Stoicism. This ancient Greek philosophy provided me with powerful strategies to overcome these challenges. As Marcus Aurelius, the famous Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, wisely stated, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." This realization was transformative for me. I began to understand that my negative thoughts were not facts but mere interpretations, and I had the power to change them. What is the purpose of our journey today? It is to share the timeless Stoic principles to help you deal effectively with negative thoughts and self-doubt. By the end of this exploration, you will be equipped with practical tools and insights to confront these inner battles head-on, reclaiming your inner peace and confidence. This is not a passive experience. Stay engaged, reflect on these lessons, and actively apply them daily. True transformation occurs through knowledge, consistent action, and practice. Let us begin our exploration of the Stoic way of overcoming negative thoughts and self-doubt, guided by the wise words of Marcus Aurelius. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Chapter 1. Understanding negative thoughts and self-doubt. To deal with negative thoughts and self-doubt, we must first understand their nature and impact. As Epictetus, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, wisely stated, "It is not the things themselves that disturb people, but their judgments about these things." Negative thoughts are not inherently bad or wrong. Our minds create interpretations based on our experiences, beliefs, and conditioning. However, when left unchecked, these thoughts can spiral, distorting our perception of reality and undermining our sense of self-worth. For instance, consider a situation where you made a mistake at work. A negative thought might arise, such as, "I'm so incompetent, I'll never succeed in this job." This thought, however, is not a fact, but a judgment colored by self-doubt and harsh self-criticism. The impact of such negative self-talk can be far-reaching, affecting our motivation, decision-making, and overall well-being. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Persistent negative thoughts can drain our energy, cloud judgment, and influence our physical health. Let's engage in a brief exercise. Reflect on a recent negative thought or moment of self-doubt you experienced. Write it down or make a mental note of it. We will revisit this later in our exploration. Understanding negative thoughts' nature and potential consequences enables us to approach them more objectively. We can recognize them as mere interpretations, not absolute truths, and work towards reframing them more constructively. Remember, as Epictetus taught, it is not the things themselves that disturb people, but their judgments about these things. With this awareness, we can break free from negative thoughts and self-doubt, paving the way for a more empowered and fulfilling life. Chapter 2. Changing your perspective. One of the core principles of Stoicism is the idea that our thoughts shape our reality. Epictetus wisely stated, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." This profound insight holds the key to overcoming negative thoughts and self-doubt. By changing our perspective, we can transform our experience. Let's revisit the example from the previous chapter, where you made a mistake at work and a negative thought arose, labeling you as incompetent and doubting your ability to succeed. This thought is not a fact, but a subjective interpretation colored by self-doubt and harsh self-criticism. The Stoics would encourage us to reframe this thought by adopting a more objective and rational perspective. Instead of criticizing ourselves, we could view the mistake as a learning opportunity to identify areas for improvement and growth. We could remind ourselves that mistakes are an inevitable part of the human experience, and that even the most accomplished individuals have faced setbacks and failures throughout their journeys. By reframing our perspective, we can transform a negative thought into a constructive one, shifting our mindset from self-doubt to self-compassion and resilience. But the Stoics didn't just preach theoretical ideas. They offered practical wisdom rooted in real life. One such example comes from the life of Seneca, the famous Stoic philosopher and advisor to the Roman Emperor Nero. In one of his letters, Seneca recounts a story of a friend deeply troubled by a nightmarish vision he had experienced. Seneca advised his friend to focus on reality rather than being consumed by his imagination, saying, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." Like Seneca's friend, we often allow our negative thoughts and fears to spiral out of control, creating imagined scenarios that cause unnecessary suffering. By grounding ourselves in reality and adopting a more objective perspective, we can break free from the grip of these distorted thoughts. Here's a practical step-by-step guide to help you reframe a negative thought. Identify the negative thought or self-doubt. Write it down or make a mental note. Examine the evidence. Is this thought based on facts or assumptions? Are there alternative perspectives you still need to consider? Challenge the thought. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me or hurting me? Would I say this to a loved one in a similar situation? Reframe the thought. Replace the negative thought with a more constructive, rational interpretation that aligns with your values and goals. Repeat the reframed thought. Reinforce the new perspective by repeating it to yourself or writing it down. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. By actively practicing reframing our perspective, we can gradually rewire our thought patterns, cultivating a more resilient and empowered mindset. It takes consistent effort, but the rewards are immense. A greater sense of inner peace, self-confidence, and the ability to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and grace. Chapter 3. Focus on what you can control. One of the core tenets of Stoic philosophy is the principle of focusing our energy and attention on what we can control, rather than wasting time and energy agonizing over things beyond our influence. Epictetus famously stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle is compelling when dealing with negative thoughts and self-doubt. While we cannot always control the initial thoughts that arise, we can control how we respond to them. Do we allow them to spiral, fueling our self-doubt and anxiety? Or do we consciously shift our focus to what is within our control? Let's consider a practical example. Imagine you've been passed over for a promotion at work, and feelings of self-doubt and negative thoughts begin to surface. I'm not good enough. I'll never advance in this company. I'm a failure. While it's understandable to feel disappointed, dwelling on these negative thoughts and ruminating over the situation will only breed more negativity and disempowerment. Instead, the Stoic approach would focus on what you can control: your reaction, your mindset, and your next steps. You might reframe the situation by acknowledging that while the outcome was not what you hoped for, it does not define your worth or capabilities. You can respond with resilience, using the experience as motivation to identify areas for growth and development. Additionally, you can focus on what is within your control, such as updating your skills, seeking feedback from mentors, or exploring new opportunities within or outside the company. This principle is exemplified in Epictetus's life. Born into slavery, he faced numerous challenges and adversities beyond his control. However, he focused his energy on what was within his power: his mindset, actions, and response to circumstances. In one of his famous teachings, Epictetus emphasized, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." By embracing this wisdom, we can avoid becoming consumed by negative thoughts and self-doubt from situations we cannot control. Instead, we can focus on our sphere of influence, taking constructive action and maintaining a positive, empowered mindset. To put this principle into practice, I invite you to pause and reflect on a current worry or concern causing you distress. Identify the aspects of the situation within your control and separate them from the factors beyond your influence. By consciously shifting your focus to what you can control, you'll find it easier to let go of negative thoughts and self-doubt surrounding the uncontrollable elements. This simple yet profound practice can cultivate inner peace, resilience, and empowerment in facing life's challenges. Remember, as Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By embracing this Stoic wisdom, you can reclaim your power and navigate life's ups and downs with grace and composure. Chapter 4. Building Resilience Through Stoic Practices. Thus far, we've discussed powerful Stoic principles for reframing negative thoughts, focusing on what's within our control, and cultivating an empowered mindset. However, the Stoics understood that lasting inner transformation requires more than intellectual understanding. It demands consistent practice and the cultivation of specific mental habits. One such practice is the Stoic concept of negative visualization, which may seem counterintuitive at first glance. As Epictetus wisely stated, "No great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen." Negative visualization involves intentionally imagining worst-case scenarios or setbacks to build mental resilience and prepare for adversity. For instance, suppose you fear public speaking and struggle with negative thoughts and self-doubt whenever you face an upcoming presentation. By practicing negative visualization, you might spend a few moments each day vividly imagining the worst possible outcome, forgetting your lines, facing a hostile audience, or technical difficulties. Through this exercise, you habituate your mind to the possibility of adversity, reducing the fear and anxiety associated with it. You also prepare yourself to respond calmly and effectively if the worst does happen, knowing you've already mentally rehearsed it. Another powerful Stoic practice is the daily reflection or journaling exercise. At the end of each day, reflect on your thoughts, actions, and experiences. Consider moments when negative thoughts or self-doubt arose and how you responded to them. Did you successfully reframe your perspective? Did you focus on what was within your control? Journaling provides valuable insights into your progress and helps reinforce the Stoic principles you've learned. Marcus Aurelius, the renowned Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, famously kept a personal journal, which became the timeless classic Meditations. In it, he wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This practice of daily reflection and journaling can be a powerful tool for self-improvement, helping you internalize the Stoic teachings and track your growth over time. Finally, cultivating gratitude is a fundamental Stoic practice for building resilience and combating negative thoughts. As Seneca wisely said, "Nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart." Take time each day to reflect on the positive aspects of your life and express gratitude for them. This practice shifts your focus from what's lacking or going wrong to what's abundant and going well, fostering a positive and resilient mindset. Combining negative visualization, daily reflection, and gratitude, you can create a powerful mental toolkit for overcoming negative thoughts and self-doubt. Let's take a moment to practice one of these exercises together. Negative visualization. Think of a current fear or challenge you're facing and spend a few minutes vividly imagining the worst-case scenario. Embrace the discomfort and mentally prepare yourself to face it with resilience and composure. Remember, as Epictetus taught, no great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. Through consistent practice, you'll build the mental resilience to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and grace. Chapter 5. Applying Stoic Wisdom in Daily Life. In the previous chapters, we've explored powerful Stoic principles and practices for overcoming negative thoughts and self-doubt. Now, let's focus on practical ways to integrate these teachings into your daily life, creating lasting positive change. Morning rituals. Start your day with a Stoic mindset by incorporating a morning ritual that sets a positive tone for the day. This might include reading a passage from a Stoic text, reflecting on your intentions, and visualizing how you'll apply Stoic principles to potential challenges. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Mindful awareness. Practice mindful awareness throughout the day, paying attention to your thoughts and emotions. When you notice negative thoughts or self-doubt arising, pause, take a deep breath, and apply the Stoic principles you've learned. Reframe your perspective, focus on what's within your control, and respond with rationality and resilience. As Epictetus advised, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Stoic reminders. Keep Stoic reminders in your environment to reinforce the principles and practices. This might include quotes from Stoic philosophers, visual cues, or journaling prompts. For example, you could write Epictetus's quote, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters," on a sticky note and place it on your computer monitor as a daily reminder. Evening reflection. End your day with an evening reflection or journaling exercise. Review your day, acknowledging moments when you successfully applied Stoic principles and identifying areas for improvement. Celebrate your progress and commit to continuing your practice. As Seneca wrote, "The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately." Gratitude practice. Incorporate a daily gratitude practice to cultivate a positive and resilient mindset. Each evening, take a few moments to reflect on the positive aspects of your day and express gratitude for them. This simple practice can profoundly shift your focus from what's lacking or going wrong to what's abundant and going well. Engage with a community. Consider engaging with a community of like-minded individuals who share your interest in Stoic philosophy. This might include joining a Stoic study group, participating in online forums, or attending Stoic events and workshops. Sharing your journey with others can provide valuable support, insights, and encouragement. By integrating these practices into your daily life, you can create lasting positive change and cultivate a Stoic mindset that empowers you to overcome negative thoughts and self-doubt. Remember, the journey towards inner transformation is ongoing, and consistent practice is key to reaping the benefits of Stoic wisdom. As Marcus Aurelius wisely advised, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." By consciously shaping your thoughts and actions, you can create a life of greater inner peace, resilience, and fulfillment. Conclusion: embracing the Stoic path. In this journey, we've explored the profound wisdom of Stoic philosophy and its practical applications for overcoming negative thoughts and self-doubt. By understanding the nature of these mental patterns, reframing our perspective, focusing on what we can control, and consistently practicing Stoic principles, we can cultivate a resilient and empowered mindset. As we conclude this exploration, I invite you to embrace the Stoic path with a sense of curiosity, commitment, and compassion. Remember that true transformation occurs through knowledge and consistent action and practice. By integrating Stoic teachings into your daily life, you'll equip yourself with powerful tools to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and grace. Let us end with the timeless words of Marcus Aurelius. "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." May you continue cultivating a mind filled with constructive, empowering, and resilient thoughts, creating a life of greater inner peace and fulfillment.